Hey everybody, Jeremy here, and today I wanted to take a look at some of the newly announced WWE action figures from Ringside Fest 13. I'm going to be going over some of the ones I think are pretty cool that I'm looking forward to and excited about, others that I'm not so much excited about, and everything in between. Alright, so let's get right into this. So the first thing I want to show before going into the proper elites is this WWE Defining Moments Ric Flair figure. Now this figure looks pretty cool, and I think that this is one that is deserving of that Defining Moments title, because some of the ones that we've gotten before now, not so much. So one of the things I think that makes this particular figure worthy of being called a Defining Moments figure is just look at that robe. This is Ric Flair's blue robe, which I think is from WrestleMania 24 in his retirement match against Shawn Michaels, and it is clearly a cloth robe, and I think that looks really cool. You see, it's got Nature Boy printed on the back. It has all those designs, and that is something that I think clearly separates it from other figures. We don't get huge cloth accessories like this with regular elite figures, so this is definitely something that deserves to be in that Defining Moments line. Without the blue robe, it's pretty standard Ric Flair. It's the older Ric Flair with the shorter hair. You know, not too many frills with this particular figure. I think they did a pretty good job with his blonde hair there. Here's a look at the back. So it's a pretty basic looking figure without the robe, which I think is a good reason why you would want to keep that robe on him. And as far as this face scan goes, looks pretty good. Looks pretty good. Now, of course, this is a Mattel figure, so of course it's lacking some of that finer definition that I really think you can bring out in this figure. A lot of facial features, wrinkles, and everything. It looks very flat. With a little bit more paint, a little bit more care, you can really bring out the true likeness of Ric Flair. But you know, that's what we get with these type of figures. But based on this particular scan, looks pretty good. And here's another front look at that robe there. And $24.99 is the standard price for a Defining Moments figure, even for RingsideCollectibles.com. Now, when we scroll down for a second and we take a look at some of these other Defining Moments characters, the most recent ones that have come out, the Word Life John Cena, Ultimate Maniacs, Ultimate Warrior, and the Great American Bash Sting. These are all three figures that I feel should not have been Defining Moments characters. I mean, just taking a look at this Ultimate Warrior, Ultimate Maniacs figure. I mean, it's a good figure. You know, I do like that outfit. I think it's pretty cool, but that's pretty much all that it has going for it. And this can just be with any elite, just like the Ultimate Maniacs Macho Man was. It could just be considered a regular old elite. They did not have to make this a Defining Moments character, which costs $5 more than your standard elite, but you don't feel like you're really getting that $5 extra worth of either detail or accessories or belts or anything. So here's that Defining Moments John Cena, which you can get on Amazon for less than the price of an elite right now. And as far as the Great American Bash Sting, you can get it for even less than that. So I'm glad that Mattel has finally, stepped it up once again with this Ric Flair Defining Moments elite figure. And I think it really is deserving of the name. All right, so let's move on down to the Elite 47. Now, Elite 47 was shown off at Ringside Fest. Contains some characters, some figures that we already knew were coming, but it is confirmed this time. And the one that I am looking forward to the most out of all of them is this Asuka figure. Now, Asuka looks fantastic. Love all those details. Look at those colors, that mask. I think this is probably going to be one of the best figures that Mattel has released this entire year. That face looks great, but the attire, I think, is what really does it. Let's get a look at her at all angles. Does not appear to come with the NXT Women's title, which is okay. It's okay. And yeah, she looks great. This is definitely one of the best ones that Mattel has come out with, and one of the best in this particular elite line. Now as for that price, $29.99. Now that is the Ringside Collectibles price, which is absolutely ridiculous. And I guess Ringside seriously overcharges for these figures because they know that this is going to be like the best place that you can get these new figures as soon as they come out. And if you're going to wait until retail, you're going to be waiting an undetermined amount of time to get these figures. So $160 for all 6, $30 just for Asuka alone. You know, I think that's way too much. You're better off just waiting. But if you can't wait, hey, go ahead. Shipping cost is, or the shipping date is for mid-December. All right, so let's take a look at some of these other ones here. Now, here's another one that I'm interested in. Now, this is the Elite 47 Kevin Owens, and as you can see, he comes with the WWE Universal title, the red strap and everything. Now, this will be the first time that we get this brand new belt, and it's very fitting that it's coming on Kevin Owens, seeing how he is the second Universal Champion, but he has held it the longest so far. And yeah, really looking forward to that belt. You guys know that I am really excited about the belts. Belt looks kind of weird though. Let's click back on him again. Let's look at this belt again. Maybe this is just from the screenshot, but if we zoom in a little bit on this belt, yeah, maybe it's just for the little screenshot. It looked a little strange, like this wasn't like the final belt. It didn't have that crisp look to it. But yeah, so it's going to come with the belt as well as this little stand that has the white cloth over it, or the red cloth over it when they reveal the Universal title. And this Kevin Owens figure, you know, he looks very similar to the Elite, I believe, what is it, 45 Kevin Owens. And here's the problem that I have with this figure here. Now, this is the Elite. Now, if you can look over to the left of Kevin Owens, where his left arm is probably to the right of the screen, the left of Kevin Owens. You see how his shirt kind of flares out a little bit as compared to the left side, or the right side of Kevin Owens, left side of the screen, where it hugs his body better, but on the right side, it sticks out more. And that tells me that they're using those horrible plasticky, rubbery shirts that don't fit quite as well. Now, here's something else that's interesting. I'm going to pop on over to WWE.com, where they have these images of some of the figures, some of the press images from WWE, from Ringside Fest 13. And we're going to go over to the Kevin Owens figure here. Now, take a look at this. Now, this is from Kevin Owens Battle Pack Series 44. All right, so let's just take a look at this here. Now, I understand that this is just a proto, image, it's a press image, so of course, they have to make it look as good as possible. But when you look at this Kevin Owens Elite, or this Kevin Owens Battle Pack character here, which is going to be just a basic figure, and compare it to this one here, this Battle Pack Kevin Owens, if it looks anything like this image here, it's going to be so much better than the Elite 47 one. And even though I like Elites more than Basics, of course, because of the articulation and everything, I would much rather have this one than this one. This is not a good look for Kevin Owens. This is a good look for Kevin Owens. So we'll see how that turns out. Let's take a look at some of the other ones here. We've got Cesaro, and this Cesaro is dated. I don't like this. He's wearing those headphones, which is something he used to do when he was with Tyson Kidd, but that was a very long time ago. He doesn't do that anymore. He now does sort of like the James Bond kind of thing going on with the breakaway tuxedo that he wears to the ring. And this figure is just, it's just outdated, seriously. As far as this head scan goes, yeah, I guess it looks enough like Cesaro, that's fine. But, I just don't like the whole headphone things and how this figure is just so dated, and he's not even out yet. The hair looks kind of, Cesaro's a hairy guy, they got a little bit of chest hair going on. He got the chest, on his stomach and everything. I guess that's accurate enough. It just looks a little weird, just a little weird. So yeah, this particular figure, I'm glad that it's Cesaro, but just not that Cesaro. Now, AJ freaking Styles. Now, this is a good one. This is a good one. It's great that we're getting an AJ Styles figure. This is his first Elite figure. They really nailed the hair. AJ Styles has that rather unique hairstyle going on right now. So that's a really good representation of his hair. He's also got the chest hair thing going on. And I think this looks better than Cesaro's. It's a little bit darker. They got his tattoos, of course, the AJ on his side there. Take a look at the back. So this AJ Styles looks pretty great. Does not come with with the WWE World Heavyweight Championship, because of course he was not the champion when this was being done, but we've gotten that belt, on more than one occasion, very recently, in fact. So you can just grab a belt from one of the other figures and give it to him, and it'll be the exact same thing because it's the exact same character. Here is Tatanka. So this is cool. This is a cool little flashback. Great colors on Tatanka here. Love that little tomahawk that he is holding there. They only have 3 pictures for him. Take a look at that face scan. And once again, it looks accurate enough, but some of the finer details that you could get out of this figure with some shadowing, some shading, and all that good stuff, Mattel just does not do that. So, of course, facial features are flat, but what's really going to stand out is the decals on his outfit. So, pretty good looking Tatanka there. Very surprised that, he's even in this line at all. And here's the Big Boss Man in some SWAT attire. Looks a little weird. Those glasses that he's wearing, you see that there? And that's another thing with these Elite figures when it comes to glasses, whether it's the Dudley Boys or in this case, Big Boss Man, it looks weird. It just doesn't look like it fits him at all. Let's take a look at that face scan. Look at that. That's pretty good. That sort of sideways snarl. I think that's a good face scan for the Big Boss Man. And of course, he comes with a hood, the SWAT hood. So that looks pretty cool as well. Let's take a look at the back. And he comes with some handcuffs there. Yeah, it could be a good addition to your Big Boss Man Elite figure collection. So that looks pretty good besides the glasses that look weird. And of course, that is all that we have here. So decent collection for WWE Elite 47. And now let's take a look at the upcoming basic series for the WWE Basics, the series 68.5. Let's take a look at what we get here. Now, we are going to have AJ Styles. We got The Rock, Jericho, Seth Rollins, Sting, and Alexa Bliss. Let's take a look at this Rock real quick here. Looks a little weird. I kind of get what they were going for. It's kind of like The Rock's serious face, sort of, but it looks weird. This doesn't really look like The Rock. It kind of looks like, I don't know, it looks like someone punched him in the face a few times and now his face is kind of swollen. Doesn't really look like The Rock all that much. So not really feeling that Rock figure. Here's Jericho. This Jericho looks pretty good. That face scan on Jericho looks nice. See if we can load up that. There it goes. Good enough for a good old Y2J. AJ Styles. Now this AJ Styles also looks good, but since this is the basic and you also have the Elite coming out, of course, just rather go with the Elite one. They both look good, but I think the Elite one is definitely the way to go. White Ranger Seth Rollins, SummerSlam 2015. Let's take a look at this guy. Again, looks good, but we also just got the Elite 45 Seth Rollins, who also has this attire along with the vest, and he also comes with the WWE Championship. So, rather get that one instead, since that one and this one don't seem to be all that much different, and they both kind of have a similar kind of a face scan going on with the mouth open kind of thing. Here is Sting. Younger version of Sting. He's got the longer hair, great face paint. This is the Crow Sting. So I guess if you were looking for that type of a head on Sting, you can always get that one and maybe pop him on an Elite. And here is Alexa Bliss. Kind of on the fence about Alexa Bliss here. I like how they kind of have her sort of pouty mouth going on here. Like she's like, it's kind of upset, kind of stuck up, kind of a look that she tends to have. It looks pretty good though. I think they did a pretty decent job on Alexa Bliss here. Here's an even closer look at it. All right. So that is the basic series of 68.5. And that one also has a release date of being in mid-December. Now let's take a look at some of the other ones that were announced, and I'm popping over to WWE.com to get these press images for this. And we looked at the Kevin Owens, but let's go back a little bit. Now here is Carmella from Basic Series 70. Looks pretty good. Kind of looks like Charlotte a little bit in a way. But, you know, it's fine. You know, doesn't seem like anything's too wrong with that. Here's Bray Wyatt from another basic series, Series 69. This one looks pretty cool. Let's pop this out a little bit if we can. This is as close as we can get. Okay. So, those tattoos look really good. I like the outfit. The face kind of has that deer in the headlights kind of a look, but, you know, it looks pretty decent. Total Divas. Here's Sami Zayn. Now, man, this Sami Zayn looks great. That face scan looks amazing, but you know that the figure is not going to look like this, at least not in the face. But that looks like a really good Sami Zayn face from Battle Pack Series 44. Hopefully they can maintain some sort of resemblance from what we can see in this image here. You know, here's John Cena. Of course, it's John Cena. I mean, it's John Cena. Undertaker, of course. Undertaker looks really good. Basic series, WrestleMania 33 basic series. Just in this image, you know, I like the fact that they, you know, actually applied a little bit of that dark eyeshadow around them. Looks really good. But again, these images and what we're actually going to get, who knows? Here's Triple H with the WWE title, and he also has the little skull accessory that you can put on him that will be sort of like the followers that he had. I forgot, what was at WrestleMania when he went up against Sting? Is this where that's from? And you can put this on his head and he can look like, you know, he's wearing a skull on his head, which, you know, it's pretty cool. Also comes with a sledgehammer for sledging. And once again, from these images, pretty great. We got Finn Balor. Ringside Collectibles exclusive, Elite Finn Balor, non-demonic Finn Balor. He is not all dressed up in his makeup, but he does come with that leather jacket with the pop collar, and that looks good. Let's move this way a little bit more and wrap this up and see what other figures that we have here. Shinsuke Nakamura. This is a defining moment, Shinsuke Nakamura. No NXT title. And we need to see what these materials are made out of with the Shinsuke Nakamura, because if these are just like the regular old rubbery ones that we are used to, then I would question, once again, whether this figure deserves to be called a defining moments figure, or if we can just save $5 and just call it an Elite. Not sure if that's the defining moments. Roman Reigns, also from WrestleMania 33, the basic series. Good old Roman Reigns. We got another advertisement, Total Bellas. Dolph Ziggler, Elite 48 Dolph Ziggler with the long polka dotted type tights, long hair, decent face scan. He's got that vest. I've only got one Dolph Ziggler. Forget what series he's from, but that's when he had the Intercontinental title. That's a pretty good Dolph Ziggler, and this one might be pretty good too. Enzo Amore, Battle Pack Series 44, a little updated Enzo. Love that hair, that crazy beard, those tattoos. You know, the more colorful your character is, you know, in wrestling, it's going to translate to the figure. So if they can nail those details, it can be a pretty decent basic. And of course, you cannot have Enzo without Big Cass these days. So this Big Cass proto image, also looking pretty good. Roman Reigns again, basic 70. He's not wearing a vest in this one, doesn't look like. And Ric Flair, basic series 70. I think that this is one to get because this is older Ric Flair. He's wearing a suit. You can put him next to Charlotte and it'll be a very good pair. See what else we got here. We got Jey Uso from Battle Pack Series 44. Him and Jimmy look really good. Now, of course, they don't look like this anymore. They changed, you know, their characters, their heels now. But of course, nice tattoos, great color. We got basic Samoa Joe, like the body type they got on us. They got on Joe there. He doesn't look overly muscular. You know, that's not his body type. So, you know, they got that brawny side to him. I like that. This Sergeant Slaughter basic looks great too. There was another one in the Hall of Fame lineup. That's also a really good figure. Also has the camouflage and the hat and the glasses. So this can be sort of like the basic, version of that. It looks pretty good. Boogeyman. Yes. Elite 48 Boogeyman. This is one of the other ones that I'm most excited about. Man, looks really good. If they can translate this over into the final figure, it'll be fantastic. He's got that stick. He's got that clock. You know, Boogeyman, to this day, man, he's still freaky as heck. I got a couple more to go. Apollo Crews, basic 70, even for a, you know, press image, this Apollo Crews does not look good in the face. Doesn't really look like Apollo Crews, to be honest with you. There's something weird about that face. Looks a little, I don't know, looks a little off. So And that is it. That is all of the basics and elites and stuff that were shown off at Ringside Fest 13, and the ones that I am most looking forward to. Also kind of looking forward to these Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles WWE figures. Those should be out sometime this month. I think they're Walmart exclusive, so you can find them there. But, you know, that is a little bit of old news. So yeah, guys, those are the ones that I was most excited about. Looks like it's going to be a pretty ripe remaining year for WWE Elite figures, and I'm going to try to pick up some of these when I see them available from sources that won't charge me way too much money for them, like Amazon, or if I can find them in a store or something. So that's all, you guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'm going to try to do more stuff like this. This was fun, and if you like this, be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on it. And until next time, I'm Jeremy, and I'll talk to you later.